Room service begins with a phone call. This first contact sets the tone for the entire experience. The person who answers the call is the room service order taker, often called RSOT. In many hotels, this role is usually performed by trained female staff, though it may vary by property. Her job is to take the order clearly, politely, and efficiently. In professional hotels, the phone must be answered within 3 rings. This shows prompt attention. Before answering, the RSOT smiles. Even though the guest cannot see it, a smile helps the voice sound friendly and welcoming. The standard greeting must include the time of day, the department name, and the staff member's name. For example,
Good evening, in-room dining. This is Maria speaking. How may I assist you?
using casual language or slang is not allowed, as it breaks the formal service tone expected in hotels. Modern phone systems often display the guest's name and room number. This allows the RSOT to greet the guest more personally.
Good evening, Mr. Smith. Thank you for calling. How may I help you?
Using the guest's name creates a feeling of recognition and care.
The RSOT must listen without interrupting. If the guest needs to be placed on hold, she must first ask for permission and keep the hold time short, no more than 30 seconds.
When taking the order, the RSOT asks clear and helpful questions to avoid confusion. For example,
How would you like your steak cooked? Would you prefer your eggs scrambled or fried?
this helps the kitchen understand exactly what the guest wants. Suggestive selling is also part of this role. It's not about pushing more items. It's about offering helpful suggestions that improve the guest's experience. For example,
Would you like to try a glass of white wine with your roasted chicken? Our chef recommends the chocolate lava cake for dessert today.
these suggestions show confidence and knowledge of the menu. Once the order is complete, the RSOT repeats it back to the guest. This step confirms accuracy and avoids mistakes. For example,
So, Mr. Smith, in room 1201, that is 1 club sandwich with fries, 1 Caesar salad with extra dressing, and 1 bottle of still water. Is that all correct?
the RSOT gives a realistic delivery time, for example, 30 to 35 minutes. If there's a delay in the kitchen, she must inform the guest. The method of payment is also confirmed. In most cases, the charge is added to the guest's room bill, called the folio. The call ends with a polite closing using the guest's name.
Thank you, Mr. Smith. We'll have your meal delivered shortly. Enjoy your evening.
The RSOT should always wait for the guest to hang up first, as a final act of courtesy. After the call, the RSOT enters the full order into the point-of-sale system, known as the POS. This system sends the instructions to the kitchen. The system generates a kitchen order ticket, or KOT. This ticket goes to the right production area: hot kitchen, cold section, pastry, or bar. In many modern hotels, these orders appear on digital kitchen screens. This is called a kitchen display system, or KDS. The RSOT's job is now complete. With clear communication and proper technology, the order moves forward for preparation and delivery, the next step in the room service journey. Once the kitchen begins preparing the meal, the room service attendant starts getting everything ready for delivery. This step is just as important as cooking the food, because presentation and setup directly impact the guest experience. The attendant first decides whether to use a tray or a trolley. Trays are used for smaller orders, like breakfast for 1 or a single dish with a drink. They're easier to carry through hallways and elevators. Trolleys are chosen for larger or more complex orders, especially if they involve multiple courses or are meant for more than one guest. Many trolleys are equipped with hot boxes to keep food warm and have fold-out sides that turn into a small dining table inside the guest room. Once the equipment is selected, the setup begins. A clean linen or placemat is placed first. Then, the attendant adds cutlery, crockery, glassware, and condiments, all chosen according to what the guest ordered. Everything must be clean, polished, and arranged neatly. In upscale hotels, a small vase with a fresh flower may be included as a finishing touch. Hot food is always covered with a cloche, not only to retain heat, but also to protect the food and add a professional appearance. Before the tray or trolley leaves the station, the room service captain or supervisor checks everything carefully. They compare the setup with the original order, make sure special requests are followed, and confirm that everything looks fresh and complete. If anything is missing or doesn't meet the hotel's standards, the captain sends it back to be corrected. This final check ensures that the guest receives a perfect, well-presented meal. a direct reflection of the hotel's quality and care.
Once the food is ready and the setup is complete,
The delivery phase begins. Time and temperature matter. The goal is to deliver the meal quickly, neatly, and with professionalism. When approaching the guest's room, the attendant follows a clear and respectful procedure. They knock firmly 3 times and announce room service. After waiting 10 to 15 seconds, they knock again. Only when the guest opens the door and invites them in does the attendant proceed. If the guest has a "Do Not Disturb" sign displayed, they confirm politely.
Mr. Smith, I noticed the DND sign. Just checking if you're expecting your order.
On entry, the attendant greets the guest and asks, "Good evening, sir. Where would you like me to set this up?" If it's a trolley, its sides are unfolded into a small table and covered with linen. If it's a tray, it's placed where the guest prefers, on a desk or using a tray stand. The setup should look like a proper dining setting. Once arranged, the attendant removes the cloches and confirms the items allowed. Here is your grilled salmon and your garden salad. Before leaving, the bill is presented in a clean folder. The attendant clearly explains the charges. This includes your meal, taxes, and our standard 21% service charge. If the guest chooses to charge it to their room, the attendant requests a signature. For card or cash payments, they complete the process efficiently and professionally. Before leaving the room at the time of delivery, the room service attendant politely asks the guest, "At what time may I return to clear your tray?" Or, "Feel free to call us whenever you're done, and we'll collect it right away." This small gesture shows respect for the guest's privacy and comfort. After about 35 to 45 minutes, depending on the meal, the room service order taker usually makes a courtesy follow-up call to check in. They may ask,
Good evening, sir. This is room service. I hope you enjoyed your meal. May I arrange to clear your tray now?
This is not just for logistics. It's also a chance to check guest satisfaction. Asking, "How was your meal?" gives valuable feedback and shows genuine care. If the guest is ready, the request is passed to the available attendant immediately, and clearance should happen without delay. Trays and trolleys should never be left in the corridor for long. Room service staff are responsible for regular checks and fast pickups to keep the hotel clean and comfortable for all guests.